If you've just joined us, we've been talking about the stolen funds and the international collaboration and coalition in the issue of insurgency and also the areas of stolen funds. And our guest has been the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Jeffrey Onyama. Now, still on citizens diplomacy now, Nigerians will be eager for you to drop a word on how you intend to intervene in the area of consular issues, especially in the area of visa applications. Nigerians go through almost entering through the eye of a needle before getting a visa to many of these countries. So what are your intervention plans?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, reciprocity. The issue of visas very often, are based on, reciprocal agreements. And we are constantly in dialogue with various countries to ensure that to get them to make the process of visa obtention by Nigerians as smooth and dignified, as possible.
Now let's look at the big story, the news making the headlines on Iran talking tough on the issue of the federal government's handling of the Shiite leader Ibrahim Zakzaky. What's Nigeria's position on this Shiite movement and especially the leader Ibrahim Zakzaky?
The reality of the matter, I mean, something is happening on Nigeria's territory. It's Nigeria's business, as it were. The fact of the matter is that, Mr. President, like any other crisis we might have in any other part of the country, wants a transparent investigative process, and has asked first and foremost that it be done at the state. It's done within a state, and that the state level should carry out, should investigate what happens. And then also at the federal level, there will be a process of investigation to get to the bottom of the whole thing. And then on the basis of the report, we will now take things further from there. Amongst countries, there's basic understanding of non-interference in the internal affairs, really, of other countries. We have very friendly relations with Iran. Mr. President was there not too long ago, met with all the leaders, and I myself met with the foreign minister there, and we agreed he's going to be visiting Nigeria. So we have good relations, and our foreign policy approach and the thrust of Mr. President is really to have good relations with all countries. That's the best way we could make our world a safe and a decent place for all of humanity. And we thrive to do that. And Iran is no exception. It's coming through a very difficult period, international sanctions and so forth. And we are there to, as this is now being eased and solutions being found to some of the challenges that they were going through. We were there, attended a visit at the presidential level, and have been very supportive of welcoming them back into the international fold. And our discussions are to increase business, trade relations and cultural relations with the country. So we have absolutely no problems whatsoever. In fact, we have excellent relations with Iran. But the north, the south, the east, the west of the country, we have crises, many crises here and there. But the important thing is that in addressing them, they be done fair, objective, transparent manner with full respect for human rights. And that's what Mr. President absolutely insists upon.
What is the role of the foreign ministry in the recovery of stolen funds?
Very important role. In fact, it's interesting you should ask this question, because yesterday I had a meeting with the Swiss ambassador in Nigeria, and to discuss precisely that. The Swiss government has already returned about $730 million to the country, and they've informed us that they have been able to now identify another $321 million. So there are ongoing discussions on how to repatriate the money back to Nigeria. And and we're also engaging with other countries to assist us in recovering stolen Nigerian loot monies stashed abroad. Mr. President was in Malta, for instance, for the Commonwealth heads of state and heads of government meetings, and had a meeting with a number of heads of government, like David Cameron of the United Kingdom, President Kama of Botswana, Dame of Ghana, the Ghanaian president, the Trinidadian president, and others, to discuss, issues of corruption and the assistance, mutual assistance that can be provided to help, in recovering stolen loot. Because there are more and more sophisticated ways, of course, of hiding these things around the world. And so you absolutely need the cooperation of foreign countries if you're going to make any headway at all. So for that, obviously, the foreign ministry is the interface between the government and all these countries to help us in that context. And also in the oil industry, we also were discussing, the possibility of assistance in engaging maybe also with some of the insurers, such as Lloyd's and others, who might be privy to information, regarding oil theft and so forth, because they might be insuring some of the vessels that might be involved in these activities. So the ministry is fully engaged, and it's an ongoing thing.
Before we wind down this conversation, let's take your perspective on the issue of the international coalition and response towards fighting insurgency in Nigeria.
In the country, it's been fantastic. First of all, amongst the neighboring countries, they have been absolutely fantastic. They've shown tremendous solidarity. They've invested a lot of resources, human and financial, in fighting in tackling the issues with Nigeria, and we really could not have asked more of those countries, our immediate African neighboring countries. The international community also has been extremely supportive of us. The UK Defence Minister was here not too long ago, and again they reiterated their total support for us, identified with us areas in which they could provide assistance. And as Mr. President has gone around the globe, he's really been getting a lot of commitments from world leaders to support Nigeria in its hour of need. And I think that, because people were sometimes the media talk about Mr. President traveling a lot, but they really overlook the benefits of those visits. It's really an investment, and taking advantage of the tremendous goodwill that he has generated to gain a lot for this country, economically, socially, and so forth. And I think it's absolutely important, because that's what diplomacy is about. Is as you engage with countries, they get to know you better, and if they like you, they will support you fully.
Dr. Geoffrey Oyema, thank you very much for being a part of this episode of Question Time, and also for bringing in amazing insights into the workings of the Foreign Ministry in this country. Thank you very much indeed.
It's been a real pleasure, and I should also like to congratulate you on your very incisive questions. Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And that's as much as we can take on this episode of Question Time. You may also send us your comments on our various social media platforms showing on your screen. Join us next week on another exciting episode of the show on Channels Television. Many thanks for watching. I'm Benga Ashiru saying goodbye.